how'd you get here?
Have you ever played a game and you just sit down and you look at your hands and you're like, oh my god, I just played that. Your hands are shaking. You're kind of quivering a little bit. You're like, I just played that whole thing. That's South Island Expedition for me. Alright, I don't know exactly what it is about this game that hits with me so hard, but there's a combination of things that just make it work. And I'm gonna sit here and ramble for eons, ages, trying to figure it out. This entire video is gonna be me sitting here, looking at my hands, being like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel so accomplished after playing this shit? What happened? But I do have a few good guesses, alright? This is, first of all, I guess I should probably tell you what this is. This is, alright, a Sonic 1 reimagining. So that means there is new level design, there's new aesthetics, there's new features, new gimmicks, new graphics, new everything, and it works so well. So first of all, visually, very small changes, small apples changes, but Sonic sprite's different, Sonic has new animations for certain things, and it just works. It's so nice, it makes it feel like a really new thing. I fuck with it so heavy, and I honestly do think it looks like pretty much Sonic 1, but just a tad bit better. And for Sonic 1 reimagining, built on top of Sonic 1, that's honestly all I could ask for. Like, genuinely, all I could ask for. Beyond that, this is built on Sonic 1, which means a lot of the things that you see me doing, a lot of the abilities you see me using, Spin Dash, and they have a Super Peel Out and everything as well. A lot of things had to be backported to this game from what I understand, and that just makes it even more impressive. So, very cool. Beyond that, man, beyond that, level design. I think this is what I'm going to be talking about for a majority of the time, just because it is such a good feature about this game. By the way, there's a Super Peel Out. Enjoy. The level design is such a good feature of this game, it's just not even funny, man. I'm not even chuckling, it's just so good. So, they really did rework a lot of things while keeping some key level design bits and pieces intact, and kind of did the Mania treatment for this Act 1, Act 2 structure. So Act 1 is very much the same visually as previous acts. It's still a very heavy rework in level design in comparison to the original act, but look at all this shit, man. Look at that. Oh my god, they added so much shit from the Master System version of Sonic 1 to make it an even cooler reimagining of Sonic 1, using a bunch of content. Just talk to me nice like that. Talk to me nice like that. They also have Bridge Zone in this, which was the nicest little thing I've ever seen in my life, because I played through an amazing version of Green Hill, and then I'm like, oh man, that's probably all they have. There's too much solid content in this for there to be even more content available. It probably took them 30,000 years to make this. We're not going to see another zone until I'm 30 years old. But then I just kept playing, and there was more content, and I lost it. I lost my mind. Oh my, okay, sorry. Bring back in the glaze a little bit. Okay, no longer is this game a donut. I will continue to talk about it in an objective way and not glaze, alright? We're good. I'm gonna keep glazing it. You have no idea what I'm about to do to this game when I turn off this camera. You have no idea. Okay, genuinely though, I know I was supposed to be talking about level design, but like, let me cook. I sat down and played this game like 3 different times at 3 different periods in the day after playing it for the first time. I played through it and I was like, that was fucking awesome. And then I just sat down and was like, I really want to play Classic Sonic again. What should I play? And then I just opened this shit. It did something to me. So, okay, the level design is very much changed. You might notice here and there that there are little bits and pieces of, you know, OG, Genesis, Green Hill in here. But overall, it is very much completely different, and even though you will be seeing little bits and pieces of memorable design from the Genesis version, it is completely different. The way that you traverse these levels, the level design philosophy, totally fucking different. And honestly, I think it's more in line with Mania, if anything, than it is, you know, OG Sonic 1. And that is such a win, in my opinion. So the reason I think it's more in line with Mania is because there's more than just, like, 3 pathways. So it's not like a, Sonic 3 and Knuckles type beat, where, you know, the pathways intertwine and everything, it's awesome, whatever, yada yada yada, but there's really only like 3 pathways, which isn't a bad thing. It's a different way of going about it, but it is, you know, there's less ways that you can go about tackling the level at the end of the day. And I could be wrong about that. This is what I remember from fucking just playing the game a million times, but I could be completely wrong on that. There might be instances where there's like 4 pathways, and some motherfucker in the comments is gonna be like, actually, there's this one instance where there's 4, so you're fucking stupid. But moving on, Mania has a lot of alternate pathways, to the point where when I play through that game, even now, I will stumble upon pathways that I didn't know existed if I fuck up enough, or if I play really, really, really well. It is insanely cool. I love it. It is very much like this sprawling, open, it feels like an open world, you know, I'm seeing so many new things all the time. And it really incentivizes replaying each level, because there's so much replay value, there's so many different pathways you can take, and you get a lot of intrinsic and also just general rewards from seeing all these new pathways. And it's super cool. I think this game is really doing that type of beat, where it feels like there are a million pathways, especially in Bridge Zone, which is going to be the next zone we tackle. Holy fuck, dude. It feels like there are actually 30,000 trillion gazillion pathways. And there were times where I fell down and I was like, this is a Sonic ROM hack, alright? There's probably going to be a bottomless pit here. I'm probably going to die when I fall down here. Whatever. But let me try it. But I didn't die. I just kept going, and the speed never stopped. You know, I would be on lower pathways, and there would be more tiny little minuscule platforming challenges that I'd have to tackle, but the speed never stopped. And that's something so many Sonic ROM hacks get wrong, alright? So many Sonic ROM hacks that I've seen are really these cool ideas that are cool on a baseline, but they don't incentivize replaying the game, because they don't really have good level design, if that makes sense. So I'll play a bunch of Sonic ROM hacks, especially in this Sonic Hacking Contest 2024, where it's like, okay, yeah, this is a really cool idea. It's awesome. It got me to download it and try it out, but whatever. It's got a cool color palette, but the level design kind of sucks. Oh, it's got, like, you play as a little baby version of Sonic, a little mini Sonic from the Sonic 3 multiplayer, and that's the whole gimmick. That's the idea. They designed levels around that, but the level design kind of sucks. So it's like, I don't want to go back and play these things because the level design isn't fun, and I'll often find myself falling into bottomless pits when I fuck up once or twice. But that's not the way Sonic has been designed in the past. That's not the way Sonic is designed effectively. There's a reason that people hate the Dimps bottomless pits bullshit. It's because there shouldn't be bottomless pits, period, in Sonic. You have to, like, fuck up bad to die in a bottomless pit in Sonic. That's part of the magic of it. That no matter how poorly you play, you will still be able to finish the level without losing that many lives unless you get hit like 30,000 fucking times. That's part of the magic, man. Sonic 1 did that, Sonic 2 did that, Sonic 3 did that. Sonic 1 had a little bit more bullshit with the bottomless pits, but it is what it is. Like, Starlight Zone is what I'm thinking about there. That's one of the few times I can genuinely think about bottomless pits being a constant and active threat within Sonic games. Classic Sonic games, rather. So whatever. Ignoring that. That's not the main design philosophy that Sonic has been going with in his classic 2D outings for a long time. But there are instances like this where I'm going up and down and all around, but I'm not really confused about where to go. I kind of know that if I go right, I'm gonna figure something out, and very infrequently am I pushed in a direction where I'm like, oh shit, I don't know where I'm going. It happened maybe like once or twice in this entire playthrough of this, and it's like that's actually genuinely really cool, and it's telling of really good level design. When you're not lost, you know where you're going, and you're just tackling challenge after challenge, going fast, playing well, and even if you do fuck up, even if you're not playing super well, guess what, buddy? You'll be fine. You'll be just fine, because you're gonna fall down to a lower pathway with a little more platforming challenges here and there, a little more bullshit to deal with, but it's still fun. Oh my god, so many. I'm taking my jacket off for this. I'm getting so heated. I'm getting so pissed. Okay. So many games get this wrong. So many classic Sonic games are like, I can design. I can do level design. You don't know what you're doing. I can do level design. And then they designed the most dumb fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, where if you are on the upper pathway, the game is fun. But if you are on the lower pathway, the game sucks ass. Or you're just dead in bottomless pits. There are so many instances where it's not, hey, the upper pathway rewards you. It's, hey, the upper pathway is the only way to play the game if you actually want to have a good time. That's not how that fucking works. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Not at all. Okay, sorry, I recently have noticed this trend in classic Sonic design, and it pisses me off so bad, because the way they incentivize replay value isn't by giving players rewards for going fast. It's by punishing players so heavily when they go slow that the only way to have fun in the game is to replay it a fuck ton of times so that you can stay on the upper pathway the entire time. That is so dumb. Every pathway in a classic Sonic experience, dodged it by the way, holy shit, that was really close. Anyways, every single pathway in a classic Sonic experience should be baseline fun. This is something that a lot of people get wrong when designing levels. They'll be like, okay, well the point is we're punishing you for being on the lower pathway. The punishment shouldn't be, this is no longer fun. This sucks ass. The punishment should be, this is slower, but it's still a good time. And especially for classic Sonic, giving a few more platforming challenges, making things a little slower, it's so doable, it's so easy while still being able to maintain a lot of the fun and the flow of classic Sonic level design, while just making things a little bit slower to the point where it's a little more inconvenient, but it's not unfun. TLDR, keep the lower pathway fun. You don't want the lower pathway to suck so much that if someone falls down there, they just turn your fucking hack off. That's not the point. That's not the point of that's not why classic Sonic level design has worked. That's not how Sega has ever designed classic Sonic level design. That's stupid. That's a terrible way of going about it. And I know that it may be like an unintentional thing. Maybe I'm like, obviously no one's trying to make their game unfun when they design it, but like, think about the punishments you give to the player when they go on the lower pathway. Just really think about it. Because sometimes people go a little too far. Sometimes people make level design that isn't fun on the lower pathway, whereas it is really fun on the upper pathway. Just think about it, alright? Think about that when you're making your game, and make sure that every pathway is fun. I don't care if pathways are made for the fucking lower percentile of people, and it's like, well, no one's really gonna see that. I don't fucking care. I don't care. Oh, people who are good at the game, all the people playing my ROM hack aren't even gonna see this. Why does it matter? Shut the fuck up. Make the lower pathway fun too. Alright. I'm good. Marble Zone. This is really cool. I had, like, literally nothing to complain about with, Green Hill and Bridge Zone. If I had to be pedantic about anything, Marble Zone is much better than base Marble Zone in Sonic 1, because you are going a lot faster and it works really well, but keep in mind, the game is still taking pieces from OG Marble Zone, so you do kind of get a few instances of just like, yeah, I mean, it's still Marble Zone. Like, it has bits and pieces where you wait, it has bits and pieces where you're not really going super fast, or it isn't as solid level design as in the prior levels, and it's kind of noticeable, but it's still way better, and I think vastly more fun than baseline Marble Zone, because there are so many ways that you can avoid a lot of the bullshit aspects of it, a lot of the slower aspects of it, and ways that you can just like skip over a lot of different Marble Zone level design in fun ways. So like Fire Shield, oh my god, thank Christ we have those now, God bless, because that just completely makes a lot of the slower platforming sections not even a thing anymore. And then there are so many ways you can just break through walls if you notice it, and you can just fucking destroy the level and just get through it much faster. I like Marble Zone a decent amount in this, much more than I like it in Sonic 1 for sure, and they did fix a majority of the issues, so I can't even complain too much. The biggest issues and the worst parts of this zone is when you actually have to play original Marble Zone set pieces, which is saying something, because that means all of the level design they did, all of the new shit, great. All of the OG Marble Zone shit? So, either way, this ROM hack is actually fucking incredible. It is one of the best Sonic ROM hacks I've ever played. I've always noticed that sometimes Sonic ROM hacks, or here's the thing, right? This is all fucking the information that I've gathered on my own, so I could just be playing the wrong things, I could be doing dumb shit on my own time, whatever. Point is, I've noticed that a lot of Sonic fan games tend to focus pretty heavily on making really good level design. Whereas when it comes to Sonic ROM hacks, that's less so part of the goal in some cases, and it is just seemingly not as big of a focus. And this game just fucking puts that idea to rest and makes level design that just works, and it's amazing. Please go play this. It's on the Sonic Hacking Contest website. You need to play this shit. It's so good.